Hello, PitchGrounders. Thank you so much for joining us to this webinar. My name is Minank. I head the social media team at PitchGround. And in this webinar, let's look at 5 use cases of Hubblu. Now, if you don't know what Hubblu is, join us in this webinar where we're going to show you what Hubblu is and how it can help you in your work. That's right. So Hubblu in a nutshell is like a single workspace for all of your apps that you're using, be it Slack, etc. It's like, if you're working remotely, thanks to COVID, we all are, we have become unproductive. It's like we are working in our browser, suddenly we get a Slack notification, suddenly we get a Discord notification, suddenly we are just all over the place, right? And our attention spans are already low. And owing to all these unending notifications from different apps, it's just you cannot focus on your work at all. And that's why PitchGround brings to you Hubblu, an app that will bring back your productivity, an app that will save a lot of time. And I have the founders and the team of Hubblu with us here today. Let me add them. But before that, let's wait for some more people to join in. And until then, a 30-second countdown. Awesome. So we are back with Hubblu here. And I'm adding Thiago, who is the CTO of Hubblu. Thiago, how are you doing?
Fine, great. Pleased to be here and happy to show Hubblu again in another webinar. Very excited.
Yes.
How are you,
And this webinar is focused on the use cases where we're actually going to use the product and show the people like in different ways, like how they can, make themselves productive. And we also have the founder of, is it Hubblu or Hubblu?
Hubblu.
How do we pronounce it?
Hubblu.
Hubblu. All right. We have the founder of Hubblu here. Mohit, nice to meet you.
Yeah, hi Minak. It's nice to be here with you today on this webinar. I'm pretty much excited to show people around Hubblu and how this can help them and their team increase their productivity and also save their time. So looking forward to it.
I'm excited as well. And PitchGrounders, are you excited? Leave any comments down below. Where are you joining in from? I believe I'm joining in from Bangalore. Mohit, I guess you're also joining in from Bangalore?
I'm from Hyderabad.
Oh, you're from Hyderabad, which is like 500 kilometers, 250 miles, if you just calculate it. And Thiago, where are you joining in from?
Brazil.
Miles away.
I'm pretty far from you guys.
Pretty far, but one day we're going to visit you there. I've heard it's lovely. So guys, Thiago is from Brazil. I'm from Bangalore, India. Mohit is also from Bangalore, India. Where are you joining in from? Leave a comment down below. And if you're excited for this webinar, leave an emoji because we see all the comments and we reply to all your questions. And this webinar doesn't end unless we reply to all of your questions. That's right. So this webinar is here to make you more productive, to show you a tool that can make you more productive. And it's Hubblu. Over to you, Thiago. Mohit, before we get into this webinar, for the new viewers who are joining in, why don't you give a quick 30-second introduction of what is Hubblu and how it can help the people?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Minak, for the for the quick intro about Hubblu. So what is Hubblu? Why did we build it? So let me just start with a quick note. So imagine yourself, you being a multitasker. Most of us multitask while we work. So we have a lot of applications open on our taskbar and also on the browser tab. Let me share with you a quick presentation that I have. Can I share my screen, Minak?
Absolutely.
Okay, sure.
Until then, we have people joining in from Hungary. That's right. Wow.
Oh, Nice.
We have also many people joining in from India. Hi. And if you're joining in from the US, I can see that. New York, perfect. I guess it must be morning for you. So, good morning, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this webinar this morning. And we won't waste your time. Sai is going to just share his screen and let's begin.
So, Mina, can you see my screen?
Absolutely. Everyone can see your screen.
Oh, fantastic. So the problem is we are project managers ourselves, product owners ourselves, and also we run a team. So all of the operations, even if you're a developer, even if you're a marketer, even if you're a fellow entrepreneur, all of your work applications or work day, most of it revolves around multitasking. So when you're multitasking while you're working, you have a lot of applications open in your taskbar and browser window, just like how I have it right now, just like this here. So that's one of the problem. You have a lot of. So how does that really affect you? With so many applications open, spotting the right work app is often time-consuming and distracting. For example, for an instance, I'm on my desktop. I want to send an email or through Gmail, so I have to open my browser and open the tabs, figure out where Gmail is, or just click on a new tab and click on the bookmark, or just type on gmail.com. So that's how I'm gonna go to Gmail. So that's how it's time-consuming. Oftentimes, you have to find out where your browser window is, open it up, spot it, or open your Gmail in a new window. So that's pretty much time-consuming and distracting. So what is distraction? Okay, so consider this situation. So while you're trying to open Gmail, while you're trying to open your Gmail, some notification, some Facebook notification or some LinkedIn notification pops up saying, "Hey, Sai, did you see this?" Or some really interesting news article comes up saying that Elon Musk becomes world's richest person, or whatever that really interests you pops up. So you click on the notification, and bam, you're there. You're on your LinkedIn. You're on your Facebook. And as you scroll through, so it's basically a loop that will take some of your time. So eventually you'll get to your Gmail and continue with your work, but imagine the time that you're taking to get to Gmail. So it's a lot of time that's being wasted due to distractions and also time consuming. So how do we solve it? Okay, so how do we solve it? It's through a distraction-free workspace where you have all of your applications. Right while I'm presenting this webinar, so check my ClickUp. I can also switch to maybe join another meeting if I want to, or open my Slack. So while I'm presenting this webinar, I'm able to do UI and interface and tell you how it can help. So let's move forwards. Distraction-free workspace, that's why we call it distraction-free. You have all of your work apps under just one place and one click. See how easy it is. So if I had to access Gmail, so I have to normally just go here, click on it, right? And again, I have to come back to the presentation, right? But here, it's just one click. Okay, it's just one click. You can also compare information. For example, I'm working on a presentation and I want to check some Gmail that's gonna impact the presentation. So that's typically why we have distraction-free workspace. And there are a lot. I'd rather not tell you that there are a lot other features, hidden features that add a lot of value to this distraction-free workspace. So ultimately, we want you to save some time. So you have one-click access to all of your work applications. So we have nearly 52 plus integrations, and we are constantly adding them according to what the feedback that we have from you. So you have one-click access, just like this, one-click access. You can access all of your apps in just one click. and you can schedule your day. This is the important part. So to boost your productivity, we have a task scheduler, which you can, for example, you want to schedule your work day, say checking Gmail at 8 a.m. And so it's not just like a normal scheduler, which will remind you, hey, you have to check your Gmail. It not just reminds you, but also here's the icing on the cake, but also helps you to so if you have a notification, if you have a reminder set at 8 a.m. to open Gmail, it not just reminds you, but also opens Gmail for you. So that way you do not have to you do not miss any of your workday schedule. So like that, you can schedule your work applications on when you want to open them, and also you can also schedule breaks. So 2 hours, after 2 hours, you want to take a break. So it'll remind you, hey Mohit, hey Sai, take a break for 5 minutes. So it's pretty much like your workday scheduler. You have all your workday in just one place, apart from all your work apps. And also you can join your meetings inside Hubblu with a click of a button. And so that's it. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to navigate to your application from your taskbar or from your browser tabs. Yeah. So you are set free from your taskbar and browser tabs. And one master password. So once you log in into Hubblu, you're automatically logged into all of your other work apps. So it's just one master password that you're entering, and bam, you're there inside Hubblu. And the result, so why would we build something if there is no result? So you can increase your productivity and save up to 40% more time with Hubblu. Really? 40% more time? Are you serious? Yes, we are. And we have proof for that. So we made an experiment, which our CTO, Tiago, will walk you through. We actually made an experiment where we have observed a typical workday schedule for a C-level executive a few days before using Hubblu and few days after using Hubblu. So the results were tremendous. So our Tiago will walk you through the experiment that we did. I hope that's exciting for you.
This is interesting. I mean, you've done an experiment. You're like, here's the proof, guys, that yes, you can actually have more productivity. I'm excited to view this proof. Guys, we're going to show you the proof. Tiago is going to show you the proof. And if you can make your daily walk and become 40% more productive every single day, imagine how much free time you're going to get. See, people in remote work usually complain, I've seen this, Mohit. People in remote work usually complain about, hey, it's just we are working 24 hours. Yes, that's like a common complaint I used to have at first too, but then you have to, it's all due to these distractions. That's what I feel. And Hubblu is actually solving them, and let's go towards the proof.
Yeah. So that's typically what really happens, because even when you're in office, even when you're in office or somewhere, so what happens really is we do not count the time that we spend on LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever, or even a news website. So that's still a distraction to your work. So unless you get your work done, that still counts as a distraction. So we help you. Our distraction-free workspaces, that's why it is. So you're on your developer console or you're on your marketing dashboard looking at analytics, and you want to switch to something super quick. So that's why we have Hubblu straight up, and you have all your apps with the click of a button. See how seamless it is. So that's why we've been able to save 40% more time. So even if it saves 1 hour of your workday time, if it helps you by keeping more focused just imagine if it saves 20 hours per month. How much is 20 hours for you of value for you? So that's really one thing. And
That's
the
like an
uses.
extra holiday a month.
Yeah, that's like really like an extra holiday. Not extra holiday, maybe 2 extra holidays, because 2 work days, right? 20 hours. You can have 2 extra holidays. So yeah. So time, because ultimately time is money, and that's what we are trying to save you. And so the uses. So how are we gonna help you with Hubblu? So do tasks on the fly. So for example, you are on a meeting just like I am right now. So I'm on my meeting, right? So if I wanna do something super quick, click up, bam, execute, create a to-do, execute it, assign it to some people. So I'm doing things while still being on a meeting. And I can also compare information super easily. For example, I have a doubt about a client requirement. I can simply compare it easily without having to go through the overhaul of switching between windows. So is this easy for you, or is this easy? I will let you think about it. What's easy for you? That's
Yes, going back and forth and be like, hey, 1 second, guys.
yeah.
And hey,
Yeah.
1 second, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just taking a lot of time. I agree.
Yeah, don't you think so? That's really distracting. Saying, hey, 1 second, all seconds just add up to your frustration.
I think it drives away the focus of the meeting.
Yeah.
When you're talking to an audience, they're just focused at you, what you're speaking, and suddenly you decide to interrupt not just once but multiple times when you're faced with questions. I think that disturbs the whole attention and everything.
Yeah. That's why you can easily compare your information, and also you can answer your clients and team. So on the fly, on the spot. So you have a question, you want on-spot feedback, there we are. So you just Slack, and so we don't use Slack, but really you have the option to use Slack. And then you can share your work super easy. So what's sharing your work super easy means? So I want to get some on-spot feedback. I just click here and send it whatever team chat application that I'm using. So I can get on-spot feedback by sharing my work easily with my team members. So it's just one click, and bam, I'm sharing my work with my team members. So, here's the most interesting part. Is, rather, I would tell you 1,000 words, but a single live demo for 5 minutes is more worth it than my 1,000 words or 1 hour lecture or 1 hour presentation, whatever. So
absolutely,
let me have our talented CTO Tiago to move forward with the presentation. He'll be the best. He'll be the best guy to walk you through the demo. Minak, over to you. Minak.
Yes. So Tiago is here live with us, joining in from Brazil. Tiago, over to you. You're going to show us the live demo of Hubblu. Are you guys excited to see the proof, the proof that we were talking about? And are you guys excited for, a tool that can actually get you 2 extra holidays? Or if you're like a productive person, like having multiple billion-dollar companies like Elon Musk, that's 2 extra working days for you. However you take it, Tiago is here. He's going to show you the tool.
Okay, so let's get started. Let me start. Before I actually get down to the software, let me try to explain where the time-saving experiment comes from and how exactly did it work for me, okay? So back in, I don't know, July, August last year, Sai came to me and he was like, I'm working on this tool, but I'm having a lot of problems because I just spent my entire day talking to developers and solving their problems. And I just can't handle this anymore. So can you please handle this, manage this team for me, and then you're going to report the stuff for me. So I said, sure, why not? And so my first task, of course, it was to meet the team and everything. And then I kind of set myself, after a while, into this little schedule where I woke up. After I sat down to work, I had to check my email to see if there was something. I had to check Telegram because sometimes I message me on Telegram. I had to check WhatsApp because some of my other clients messaged me on WhatsApp. And then I had to check Hubblu, which was the product I was working on, because the other programmers were using Hubblu. And then I had to check Trello. And then I had to check another email because it was a work email. Then some guys only emailed me there. And when I realized, I was like completely overwhelmed. I was like jumping from app to app. I wasn't sure if I was finishing what I was supposed to do. And then I even had to stop what I was doing. I entered meetings, and then I had to gather information. I had like, after I set into my schedule, I had like 1 week of hell. It was really hard. And that was about the time when me and Sai, we started talking about Hubblu. And I'm like, I'm in. So basically, we created Hubblu. And I added the apps that I used into Hubblu. And quite simply, you're going to see from my screen.
Yep.
Here, let me put a white background. So here I have a task scheduler. So it's like, check your emails, check your notes, check your ClickUp, join the meeting you have to check. Later on, check your Slack, and at the end of the day, check your meeting again. And you're like, okay, but how does this help? So like Sai was saying, it's now 1 p.m. here, so let's say check notes. And we're just going to open my, let's say I'm going to open my Apple Note. Let me open my ClickUp there. Let me open my ClickUp at 1:01. And at 1:01, wait, let me change this because it's still early time. Let's put this at 1. Save. And at 1, I'm going to get a notification saying, check your notes, and my ClickUp is open. So it's as simple as setting up your schedule once and having it set out for you every day. So I don't need to remember which apps do I have to check, how long do I have to check them, what do I have to do after checking them, or even who do I have to check it for, because that is all set up. So then, if I was in a meeting, like I'm here with you guys, and I have to check some information from my notes are here. Oh wait, I need to check information from my notes and from my ClickUp at the same time. I can just open my notes elsewhere and open my ClickUp here, and I have everything I need. I can copy it from one place to another. I can mess with them. I can compare them. If I need to, I can have all 3 of my apps open at the same time. So I don't need to, close the meeting, go to my notes, check my stuff. I don't need to compare notes in the Trello or my personal notes, like what I normally do with Sai. When I'm in a meeting with him, while we're talking, I'm just here writing down the stuff that I need to write. And then I have to pass into ClickUp. But with this, I have everything open at once. So if I need to check something or add something, it's as simple as going here, adding it, and it's all done. So this literally saved me several minutes every time I needed to do this, because this is not a one-time thing. This is not just, I need to check my notes in the morning. No, I need to check them in the morning. I need to check them before stopping. These are tasks this is my daily flow. It's checking information, making sure it reaches the appropriate people, taking notes, organizing task schedules, and making sure everything works. So being able to easily compare, move through apps, remember what I'm supposed to check, get notifications, and automatically enter meetings without having to look for links, without having to navigate to whichever app. As a Mac user, I use Safari for a lot of things, and like this StreamYard presentation, it doesn't work on Safari. So I have to open Safari, get to Nifty, get the link meeting, come here. It just doesn't work. It's a lot easier being able to do it inside Hubblu. So it's like literally my workflow, my workday is here. And like you guys were just mentioning, Minak, about the 24-hour day, this has one added advantage. Because if you're actually working using a normal flow, so I have some apps on my Chrome, and I'm going to close my Chrome, I'm going to open my Chrome? Not really. Am I going to go through 4, 5, 6 desktop apps, closing everything? Maybe. I mean, if my computer is older, I'm having some problems. Sure. But I'm done working, I close Hubblu, I'm free. So not only do you get more productivity, but it's also a lot easier to get into work mode and to get out of it, because I open Hubblu, I'm working. I close Hubblu, I'm not. So it's a lot easier to snap out and just get into what you need to get. Okay. So I was talking a little bit about the time experiment and how it helped me. I ended up going a little bit on to use cases as well. So I already presented some stuff for you. So let me move on and just show you a couple more things that hopefully will help you about Hubblu. So first of all, like Sai mentioned, we have numerous amount of applications.
Very interesting.
In
All
several
right.
areas,
I
you have
see
team chat.
applications that are really useful to me as a social media manager. My work involves using of apps like Canva for design, then for Publer for publishing, or scheduling the posts,
Hubbler is here.
and Slack
Canva is also
for
here.
team communication again. And are these apps there?
Yeah, Canva is right here. Hubbler is
Oh,
right
yeah.
here. Can you repeat the other ones?
And Slack and Notion. Slack was already there. Notion, I use it for my personal notes.
Notion's right here.
Guys, literally every possible integration that I use is already there. What else are you using? We want to know. Comment down below. And the team takes all these requests really seriously. They're going to expand their integrations. You can check out their existing integrations on their website. And guys, it has every single tool over there. Yeah.
Speaking of that, this week, Monday at the latest, but this week, we are going to have 16 new integrations added to Hubblu, that all of them but one are user requests. So that's just, I hope that it shows that we're really serious about trying to help you get what you need and as fast as you need it.
Absolutely. And I can see some lifetime deals also, like Plutio, etc. Every single thing is here, guys. You're a marketer, you're a designer. I mean, you're neither of them, but you just use emails, etc. I mean, you have every single thing in Hubblu.
Yeah.
All from Hubblu, all within Hubblu. And the moment you close it, you're not working anymore. It's just, I can see how powerful it is. If we actually use it every single day, and it creates a sort of habit where in the moment I close Hubblu, I'm like, okay, I'm free now. The moment I open Hubblu, I'm like, yes, I can get started with my work right away. I know all my apps and where to go.
Yes. I mean, at least last year during the complete lockdown, several times I'm like, oh yeah, now I may sit down and watch a movie, And then I sat on my computer and suddenly my programming app was open. I'm like, oh my God, I need to finish this. And then suddenly I saw myself 8 p.m. working, and I'm like, why am I doing this? So yeah, being able to quickly snap in and snap out of work mode personally is something that is very valuable. So not only do we have all of these applications, as we showed, they're all here, everything you need to work. We also have a couple more things. First of all, if you don't like this small screen, you can have Hubblu in full screen. Personally, it really helps with Slack. Slack is good with bigger screens. We have the task manager, which I've already mentioned. So you can just organize your day. You can organize breaks. You can check your notes. You can do everything you need. It's very fast. It's very simple. You also have a little administrator system. This is more if you're a team manager, which suited my particular case here very well. So the idea here is that you have all of your coworkers here. You have them organized in teams. So you have like the programmers here, the marketers here, and everything. And soon to come, you will be able to, in one click, call your teammates, share your work with them. Like, I'm here, I'm working on ClickUp. And then Sai is like, which card in ClickUp you're at? He can just come here and say, check Thiago's work. And he's going to open ClickUp so we can talk to each other and easily share information. So you won't have to stop and give that, oh, give me 1 second so I can open it here. No, he wants to check it. He clicks here and we're seeing the same screen. We're working together. So this is not just a bunch of apps. It's intended to be your full virtual office all in one.
True.
So if you don't like white, I know a lot of people don't, you can also put Hubblu here in black. It works for all of applications. So you can get Slack, you can get Google Notes. So everything, even if your browser doesn't support dark mode, we do.
It automatically made everything dark by itself. Wow.
Yeah. So that's also pretty nice. So, and if you need some help, you can just talk to us here or check our facts for some help. There's a lot of things here that we can do. And finally, like Sai was saying about work sharing. Of course, like I said, that is about to become a little easier with our administrator system. But it's also very easy. Like, I want to share this ClickUp card with someone. So I come here, I open the card, I get the link. I can just go to Slack, copy the link and send it. You don't need to find your ClickUp. You don't need to find your Slack. It's all here on a click of a button. Just share your work very easily. And before I stop here, one little thing I would like to add. I was talking to one Hubblu user last week, and he was a little scared with something. He's like, wait a second. So if I open my Gmail and click here and send it to you, does that mean you're going to be able to access my email? So I would like to just add a word. First of all, we value your security first and foremost. None of your passwords, none of your work, nothing of what you do reaches us. There is nothing that is stored online. Everything is in your computer. And when you click here to share your work, another person necessarily will need access to that application in order to see it. So if I can't just share my Gmail account to Sai, and he's going to be able to access it without passwords or login. So you can use this feature safely, and you're not compromising your work or your personal security with this. So no need to be worried, okay?
Absolutely.
So that's a little bit about what Hubblu is, how to use it, and more importantly, how it helped me save 40% of my time, and how it can help you do the same. So thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And
Yes.
back to you, Minank.
Thank you, Thiago, for that presentation. And guys, the webinar isn't over yet. I have a surprise for all of the attendees who are joining in to this webinar right now. One of you is going to walk from this webinar productive. That's right. What do I mean with that? I'm giving away Hubblu to one guy from this webinar because you dedicated your time to come watch this webinar. You dedicated your time to help make yourself productive. And it's our way of thanking you. And it's our way of making you productive. So if you're watching this webinar, wherever you're joining in from, our YouTube or our Facebook or Periscope or Facebook group, etc., we're streaming at all places, wherever you're joining in from. Leave a comment saying, I want Hubblu. And I'll choose one lucky person as a thank you for joining this webinar. And we will give you a lifetime deal of Hubblu. That's right. A lifetime deal of Hubblu, guys. Comment, I want Hubblu. I'm just writing it here in the banners. Yes, you can comment, I want Hubblu. That's the benefit of joining webinars live with us, guys. We do these kind of surprise giveaways all the time. Yes. And if you comment like this, one of you guys is walking home with Hubblu, walking home more productive than yesterday. So let me look at the comments. So we have 7 people spread across different channels who are watching us right now. If you comment, I want Hubblu, you get a chance to get Hubblu. We are looking at more comments. And in the meantime, guys, if you have any more questions about Hubblu or about how does this app work or about the integrations or the estimated timeline for integrations or etc., you can share it in the comments. And we take this really seriously because, as you can see, Thiago told us that out of 16 integrations that are adding this week alone, 15 are those from the users. And that is amazing. We see many comments here. Robert, who says, I want Hubblu. Yeah, awesome. And SM Ohidul Alam also says he wants Hubblu. Who else wants Hubblu, guys? Only I can see a couple of more comments. Tell me, guys, who else wants Hubblu? We will give this to you right now to make yourself productive. In the meantime, we're also taking questions as well. Yes, any question have you got, you can tell us in the comments or always reach out to Team Hubblu, Team PitchGround, and we make sure we'll connect you with Team Hubblu so that they can answer every single question you got. I'm going to share my screen too and show you the lifetime deal of Hubblu. Yes. So this is the PitchGround landing page, and the lifetime deal starts at just $39 lifetime. Not a month, not a 3 months or a 1-year trial, nothing like that. It's lifetime. You can use it with unlimited integrations and all of the features, but on one PC. But let's say you are, having multiple PCs, or you're working in an agency with team members, etc. Then the rest of the plans are for you. And there is also add-on plans that add plus 5 team members, plus 10 PC licenses, etc. So whatever team size you are, if you're a solopreneur freelancer, we got you covered. If you are a team, a mid-sized team, also we've got you covered. This is the lifetime deal, guys. Pretty simple pricing. If you have any doubts with the pricing, you can always reach out to us. If you have, by pressing the support button and doing a chat, we answer every single query. This is super easy to use, gonna make you productive, And this is Hubblu, guys. I'm stopping my screen. So that's with the lifetime deal, and that's with the webinar. I can see a couple of more comments have already come in. So guys, if you just comment, I want Hubblu, which is here, one of you gets a chance to get Hubblu right now in this webinar. I'm just going to announce the winner here. So let's wait for comments. I'm waiting for comments, guys. There's no rush. There's no FOMO, etc. Wherever you're joining in from, Hungary, Philippines, etc. This is a digital product, and we can get you right away. Access by tonight. Absolutely. So I'm choosing a winner, and what I want from this winner is I want you to give us an honest feedback about the product, about how it has improved your workflow, how it has, the integrations, what integrations you're using. I want to know it all. And I'm going to choose a winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the winner is SM Ohidul Alam. Congratulations, you just won a lifetime deal for Hubblu. Yes, Mohit is also here. He's just joined us. Congratulations, Ohidul Alam. You have won the lifetime deal of Hubblu. That's what you get after joining this webinar, because we believe in productivity. You've taken your time, your precious time from all the work or whatever it is. You join this webinar to know about Hubblu, to watch Hubblu, etc. Then yes, that's how you get rewarded. And yes, Ohidul Alam says thank you. Awesome. I want you to message me, Ohidul Alam. My name is Manank. This is the my FB profile. You can just message me and I'll give you access. I'll take to the team and make sure you get access. Awesome. So that's with this today's webinar. That is the use cases of Hubblu. If you've joined in late, no issues. You can watch the replay. And if you think the replays are too big and hard to follow, the use case videos are coming up next. Small 2-minute tutorials on how you can use Hubblu and how Hubblu can make you productive. That's it for this webinar. And thank you so much for joining this webinar. Thiagos, Mohit, thank you so much for presentation.
Can we add something? Can we add something to the
for sure?
Okay, something that is very very interesting for all of you. So let me share my screen real quick. So let me open PitchGround. And so I want to show you some of our one of a cool feature which is included in which is not included nowhere else, not even on our website, but it's only included on one of our PitchGround plans. So does that sound interesting? It's not included
I'm curious
anywhere
now.
on our website. Yeah. Okay.
I'm curious now. Yeah.
So we have this one master plus 5 team member account. So what you can do is, this is the system where you can also add a team and also your coworkers. For example, you want to bring your sales team or your technical team onto Hubblu, you can just create a team and add them onto Hubblu. So you can just buy this team plan to get to have it all for your team, for you and your team, and you can easily manage them under our administrative system section. That's one cool feature for our team plan. And one more, two one more cool feature is the task scheduler. So you don't have the task scheduler here, but you have it here, where you can schedule all the tasks and all your workflow. So that's one more cool feature. And so I hope Hubblu can not just help you, but also help your team get this a productive workspace for your entire workspace as a whole. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us on our email or our live chat. Our email is hello@myhubblu.com, and we have been pretty much answering questions. And we also offered personalized walkthroughs for our customers on how Hubblu can help. So if you're facing any issue, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to troubleshoot it live with you over a video call or over a Zoom call. So we're happy to help you set up a Hubblu as a productive workspace for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mohit. Thank you so much, Thiago. And thank you, PitchGrounders, for joining this webinar. And Ohidul, you can message me. I'm not going anywhere. You can message me. I'm just gonna give you the lifetime deal of Hubblu. Thank you so much,
Looking
guys.
forward for some honest review from you, Ohidul. We would really appreciate it to make things better for us.
And yes, use cases are also coming, guys. You can watch these 2-3 minute use cases, forward it to your boss if you think Hubblu is what you like. But if you want to convince your boss and the team to get Hubblu, tell us. We'll give you a personalized walkthrough. We are more than happy to give you a personalized walkthrough to your team, etc., to help show you how much more productive you can get by using Hubblu. Let us know if that's the case as well, because we are more than happy, willing to do that. And thank you so much for joining in. And this was lovely. See you in our next future videos. Stay tuned to our PitchGround Facebook group for all the updates.